I think the Chinese government owns the cartels. I firmly do. I've got a really good contact source that works in the realm of the cartels. The cartels have been paying the Chinese government to bring over Chinese military to train the cartels, military tactics, arm them, and in turn, they help with the help of some coyotes, and it's not the Wileys, helping those Chinese soldiers across the border into the United States. So I think the Chinese government is dropping some vitamin F to the cartels to affect the American people. Number one, the cartels are helping bring in the Chinese. So that, I mean, this is Red Dawn. In Red Dawn's a documentary. I mean, we thought it was a thriller when you saw Patrick Swayze peeing in the radiator of an old K5 Blazer, but this is real. And I think you're right. I think if you're running around right now with all of your Trump stickers on the back of your car, you're a target. You've got all that Trump stuff everywhere, you're a target. You are really, this is the time to go gray man. When I lived in
Right.
Europe, gray man. I just want to look, blend in. Just look the part, blend in. Don't make any contact, don't make any sudden moves or alert anybody to what's going on, you know. But I don't know if I have the faith in the Trump supporters to engage, actively do something, because they've already had the example put in their face of the January 6th. They'll lock you up. You never see your family again. Never again. Never again. Now, if you go pulling a fire alarm and break up a congressional vote, it's all right. Misdemeanor, blah, blah, blah. But you're absolutely right. I just I don't know what'll happen. I really don't know what happened. I almost want it to happen just so I can restore a little bit of faith, or maybe I'm holding on to some blind faith in the American people. I don't know. I really, that's a damn deep food for thought topic. What if Trump doesn't win? Because right now everybody's banking on it. I mean, everybody's banking on it.
Everybody's banking on Hillary winning, and Hillary didn't win. They're giving
Yeah.
us these numbers, and what's going to happen is people get lazy. They're going to go, Trump's got this. I'm not going to go vote.
I'm not going to turn up.
I'm not going to turn out, and they're not going to turn out. Midterms historically proves what's going to happen in the next election. It's
Yep.
very well documented. The incumbent that party usually loses seats in the midterms. We're projected to win all these seats, did not. Period. End of story. We can't agree on the House Speaker on the agenda. And you talk about China and the cartels. All the precursors come from China, and they know exactly where it's coming from. China's got this all figured out. Know exactly the precursors. They go to Mexico. The Mexican cartel's now been trained by the Chinese. They make it, and it comes straight up the border. I mean, it's very simple. None of this is hard, and everybody knows it. And China can stop it in a second, in 2 seconds. But my only saving grace here, and I may be missing something, is we're China's biggest customer. We buy all their garbage, right? We buy all their garbage. Who's going to buy their garbage? You can't kill us, but you can keep weakening us. And you want to build up. What you want to do is you want to build up India. You build up India, there's 1.5 billion people there. It's a way bigger market than the United States of America. So build that up while crushing it. The other one to flip markets. And you got India market to serve. And that's a real threat. You talk about what China's doing with their military or their advisors. We've developed. We're the experts at that. You know, how many people do you know that were patrolling and they couldn't do anything with the poppy fields?
Oh, yeah.
And Afghanistan walked by, they're protecting poppy fields. That's been going on a long time. So you can get into lots of things there. You can get into Sandinistas. We can go down that path. But every country does it. They'll use that as leverage for different reasons. But it's happening to us, and we know exactly what's happening. We know where it's coming from. And we do nothing. Our government does nothing. They sit there back and watch. And they don't care. And as long as you look at fuel, you go outside, you look at the price of fuel, you look at 2019, that right there is your inflation number, because everything's affected by that. It's a pretty good barometer. And that's a huge part of it. And I don't think if you did have people on the non-left protest any remotely similar way to the J6, or not J6, sorry, the St. Floyd people, we would be subjugated further. Our laws would come down on us and crush us. We would have another Patriot Act, but 10 times worse. That's all. I mean, that's just where we're going with that. I don't know. Until people get more involved with their own governance, you deserve to be governed and conquered. I mean, that's what we got. Not you people watching, but like people talk a big game. Did you vote? No, not even local election. Like, well, but it sucks all of a sudden when you have to have a vacuum test on the house to build. You want to build and you didn't realize it existed. It's $3,500. And you go, what's that for? It's a new Virginia thing. $3,500 on top of someone's old house. You can't build a house. That's a local level. People just don't pay attention. So you deserve to be conquered.
Yeah, the American people are allowing things to happen, and they keep voting for the same idiots. The people in DC don't care about you. They do not care. And if you think they do, you're crazy. Perfect example. Senators, congressmen, they only care about veterans every 4 years. Every 4 years, they'll roll out some vets. That's it. Every 4 years. And that's exactly that's when they care. You're talking about gas prices. I firmly believe gas prices will drop before the election. It'll drop down to $2 a gallon before the election. That's what I think.
Unless he releases more of the reserves, strategic reserve. I don't think it will. It's been sitting at $4. Look at diesel. Everything we get, every piece of food you stick in your mouth, every piece of cell phone equipment you get, all that is diesel fuel. Heating your home. I see diesel, and it was higher, but it hasn't come down that radically. And I was paying $1.72. So everything that goes in, which people go, I don't drive diesel. I'm like, well, everything you get is stupid Starbucks shit you're drinking.
Yep.
Diesel, every part of it. As long as that's high, I mean, nothing's going to come down. And when you have a president come in day one and tell domestic energy, I'm crushing you, they're not going to invest. They're going to try to get their returns back quicker. Their Keystone Pipeline got crushed. We figured out a way to take shale and make it into oil. It's pretty spectacular. Crush it. So now all of a sudden, every other country goes, well, we can jack up our prices. What are they going to do? They've cut their nose off to spite their face, and they like it. And when you say that, and if you want to rule the world, rule energy. Now in the future, it could be green. I don't care. It could be solar panels or wind, but we're not there yet. I would like free energy. You rule the world, control energy. You control information, but we're sitting on more energy than anywhere else in the globe. And we're like, well, we can't do it because we'll import it from India. Or we're asking Iran or Venezuela to free up some resources like Biden did. None of it's supposed to make sense.